Are we jumping directly into the videos?
Yeah, jump to the first.
Let's go. Wait a minute. I think so. No. Wait a minute. Here we go. Let's go. Nope. Yeah. Hey.
Struggle stream in full effect.
We struggle streaming to get here.
When you're 34, when you're 35, and you're still like, yeah, I don't know what I want. I'm like, dude, you're like old.
The amount of times that I've seen this come up on my For You page where girls cannot fathom the idea of why a man in his mid-30s might possibly be afraid of commitment even when he's in his mid-30s, it blows my mind because you think it's a pretty simple explanation. But it really goes to show the ignorance of how the average girl doesn't really understand the average male experience in his early 20s. So I'm going to help you guys understand, so hopefully you guys can stop asking this question and shaming guys who want to be single in their mid-30s just because you're single in your 30s. So the average guy 18 through like 26 is going to be broke and pretty much not really have that much access to meeting women. Typically, once a man starts being a little bit more financially stable is when he's going to have the most access to women because he's able to go out on dates more. He's able to just go out more in general to meet more women. So normally a man becomes financially stable around their late 20s to mid 30s. And a lot of men did not get to experience a lot of fun things in their early 20s like women do. A pretty girl who has no money is going to have offers to do a lot of cool stuff for pretty much no money when they're 18 through like 25. And then around 28 to 30 is when a girl is going to start looking for a serious commitment. But a man just started doing well and he's able to travel. He's able to go out on dates. He's able to go out to nightclubs and actually get attention for the first time in his life. And that's the average male experience. So when a man is 32, even though that might be the time for you that you're looking for a stable relationship, for him, this is all new and this is all exciting and he's finally getting the attention he feels like he deserves. So he's not going to commit unless you are really, really worth it, because why would he give up all this freedom? It's his first time ever experiencing this. But this is just a common tactic I see girls do where they try to shame guys for being single when they're in their mid-30s or even later. Like they're also not single and also in their mid-30s. But the reality is they don't want a relationship. It's not even that they're scared of commitment. It's that they know they don't want that responsibility of having a girlfriend when they want to go and experience life the same way you did when you were in your 18 through 25s. Girls will just use this as a shaming technique to make it seem like a man in his 30s is somehow behind because his obligation is to be married and have kids around that time. But the reality is men don't have a biological clock the same way that a woman does on the expiration when they could have children or start a family. And pointing out that a man is single in his mid-30s like the girl is also not single in her mid-30s, the only difference is the man's doing it out of choice. So just because you've experienced everything that you needed to in your early 20s doesn't mean that a man in his late 30s who never got that experience is all of a sudden behind for not wanting that. And it's a lot of responsibility being in a relationship, and not every man wants to have that responsibility if he still wants to travel and do things. And that's why some guys might be a little hesitant about a relationship.
That was pretty long-winded. He was long-winded. Yo, Shard.
Listen.
You agree or disagree? What you think?
I just want to know where he get his eyebrows done, because them Jones is nice. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah, he had them on fleek.
Them Jones was super,
they was on fleek.
Super nice, clean cut, precise. I mean, I don't know. I can only speak on a female side of things. I can agree on some of the things he said about women, you know, are during that time of 18 to 25, typically longer if you really wanted to be. You know, women, we get free shit. Like, it's just one of the benefits of being a woman. If you cute, you know, you could go out with no money in your pocket and get drinks.
Get a couple of drinks.
Get food. Like, it's just one of those things. Female privilege, I call it.
Yeah.
Now, all that other stuff he was talking about, I don't know, because I don't know how it is for guys and when y'all feel y'all ready. I think it just depends on the person, because I know guys in their 20s who are financially stable and dating and traveling and doing all those things. I think that's his experience, and he was doing a lot, because I'm like, what, sir?
Yeah, he was going.
He was hurting my fucking heat.
He was going. I mean, you know, in some ways I would agree with him, and in some ways I would disagray. And you know, I mean, I can only talk about my experiences when I was young. You know, I mean, when I was young, I was wasn't trying to settle down. because the household that I grew up in, you know, my grandparents, my grandfather, but like, yo, listen, you're young, you know, you really need to be experiencing life and not getting yourself locked down. You know what I mean? You should be out there trying to make money, trying to stack money. So by the time you get in your elder years, you know, your 35s, your 30s and your 40s and your 50s, you already have some stability, some financial stability already locked.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And another part that I agree with him is that women biological clock is totally different from a man's agenda. You know what I mean? It's totally different.
Y'all don't have a biological clock.
No, we don't.
Didn't Robert De Niro just have a baby at 70-something years old?
Yeah, old.
Like,
you know what I mean? Old. And, you know, for women, because, again, I believe that, and it's fucked up that you got to put a disclaimer on shit, because first, no.
Fry your ass.
Yeah, they'll fry you on the internet. But what Los believe is that women mature much more faster than men.
We do.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So, you know, y'all could be, again, like you said, y'all could be 18 years old, you know what I mean, 19 year old, 20 in the club partying, you know, y'all could be on yachts. Us guys, we can't do that.
Right.
You know what I mean? We ain't on nobody's yacht.
A select few.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Unless your daddy own that yacht. Other than that,
right.
Yeah, you got to be out there hustling.
I think today guys have it a lot easier because there's so many different ways to make money than it was back when I'm sure you were in your early 20s. Like, you didn't have YouTube. You couldn't be no influencer or podcaster, or the opportunities are just different. So I could get both sides. Yeah. Women, we have a lot more urgency when it comes to us, because if you want a family, you have to pretty much get that started by your mid 30s, because I know women that have babies at 40 and stuff like that, but that's not something that most people want to do. They want to have their kids out the way.
Or the norm. Again, like I said, man, I mean, I don't want to say, unfortunately, I had my first child when I was a teenager, you know, because my son, he's a blessing. You know, I didn't get a chance to experience, you know, the party days, because I had to go out and I had to get money.
Yeah.
You know, I had to get on my hustle, even though I was in school, you know, I was playing sports, but I still, you know, after all that, you know, those had to go get that money. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, but, you know what I mean, this young man, yeah. And let me tell you something. If I was dating the way this dating market is now, oh man, I'd lose my mind.
Word on the street is pissing the dating pool. I mean, that's just what I heard.
He said pissing. Oh yes, man, because you got all these type stigmas. You know what I mean? You can't do this. You can't say this. You got women. Back in the day, man, it was all about just, hey man, what's up, shorty? What you doing? You on the phone all night long.
Right. Too many gender wars. Yeah. Gender. All this red pill.
Blue pill.
Women is this, black men is this. It's too much. It's too much.
Yeah, listen, in my day,
we need to unite.
Yeah. The worst you can come across is if that was a man or a female. You that was the worst.
Right.
You know what I mean? You had to check for the Adam's apple. That, you know what I mean? Hey, listen here, shorty, you got a lot of hair on that mustache on you. What's going on? You know, but